Want an inexpensive gourmet sandwich served in a fun and funky place by friendly young people? Lots of people do. Potbelly Sandwich Works was ranked as one of the top, fastest-growing chains in the restaurant industry. Chances are you've never eaten at a Potbelly, but you probably will in the near future. Under the leadership of Bryant Kyle, chairman and CEO, Chicago-based Potbelly Sandwich Works is expanding rapidly.
We've come a long way. We started with one store in 1977. I bought that one store in 1996. We have 115 stores now, and we'll probably end this year with about 135, 140 stores. Next year, we'll probably add one additional market. We'll probably add about 50 stores next year. So it's been tremendous growth.
Potbelly was a very successful neighborhood sandwich shop, run by a young couple who had originally started the business as an antique store in 1977. They added homemade sandwiches and desserts to bolster the business, and soon the food became more popular than the antiques. As time went on, booths were added, along with ovens for toasting the sandwiches, and the antiques became decor rather than merchandise for sale. A prominently placed antique Potbelly stove provided inspiration for the sandwich shop's name. Although Potbelly has many sandwich shop rivals and competition is fierce in the quick-serve segment of the restaurant industry, Potbelly has more than held its own. Billed as both a unique and quirky sandwich joint, it has strong appeal.
I love Potbellies because they make the most amazing sandwiches and fresh baked cookies ever.
Back there doing that meat, that's about it. How you doing? What we get for you guys? Okay, sure, anything else? Soup, shakes, malts, or smoothies?
According to Kyle, anyone can sell a sandwich.
You know, our marketing strategy hasn't been a strategy, it's been a core principle. We hire nice people. It's the number one thing that we do. You know, I don't care whether you have a PhD in sandwich making or where you've worked. You know, the basic premise of Potbelly, serving good food, having nice people, having a nice environment, that's our marketing strategy.
Industry observers point to several aspects of the Potbelly experience which make it the first choice for young professionals on a quick lunch break. The menu features made-to-order toasted sandwiches, soups, homemade desserts, malts, shakes, and yogurt smoothies. Toasting is part of what makes Potbelly sandwiches distinctive. Quality ingredients, including a freshly baked Italian sub-roll and freshly sliced meats and cheese, also contribute to superior value and taste.
Our menu is very simple. You know, we're not going to try to be everything to everybody. It's simple, it's wholesome, it's real. You know, we cut all of our meats in our stores every day. We bake our cookies in our stores every day. We make real milkshakes. And why do we do that? Because that's what we did 30 years ago, and it's the only way to really get great quality.
Friendly service and an upbeat atmosphere, live music, antique fixtures, and real books for customers to read or borrow. And vintage memorabilia create a homey environment for the customers.
One of the things I always liked about the original Potbelly and the menu structure, the way it was set up, it was one price point for any sandwich on the menu. So instead of coming in and saying, well, I think I'll get that sandwich because it's 10 cents cheaper than that sandwich, and I'm on a budget, I'm going to try to save money. It was one price point, and people ordered what they want to order because it's what they felt like. I feel like a roast beef sandwich, or I feel like a turkey sandwich. And I think that's a positive emotional thing for people. Potbelly stores can look very different, and that's okay. Every store is a little bit different, and we think that's a good thing for our brand. It gives us flexibility in our development strategy. We have stores that are 675 square feet all the way up to 5,000 square feet, with the average being about 2,200 square feet. But it gives us the opportunity to do a variety of real estate formats.
Most units have indoor seating for more than 50 and outdoor seating during the warmer months. Geographic locations are selected carefully. Kyle looks for cities that are not saturated with sandwich chains and have an urban or suburban density of core customers that are young professionals less than 35 years old. Locations must be convenient for them since Potbelly stores rely on high repeat business. All units are both corporately owned and operated.
I really did it to raise awareness for Potbelly. I never did it to make money. We pay 18% rent at Midway Airport. It's been one of our most successful stores, and what's really amazing is to hear people from Southwest Airlines. We're like the unofficial food supplier to Southwest Airlines. The pilot announced over the speaker, "Welcome to Chicago, home of Potbellies." And that's just an amazing thing to see. And they've obviously established an emotional connection with our brand.
Historically, Potbelly Sandwich Works, Inc. has not had an advertising budget. Promotions are keyed to events like store openings and National Sandwich Day. Other event promotions raise money for local charities and community-based reading and music appreciation programs.
What we're doing today is we are raising money for Columbus Children's Hospital. It's our first anniversary in the Columbus market, and part of our marketing program is to give back to the community in which we serve. And so today we're raising money at all 4 of our stores, giving away a free sandwich in exchange for a cash donation.
By connecting early to community organizations such as local fire departments, non-competing stores, and hospitals, Potbelly creates a presence in the marketplace, along with goodwill and the all-important word-of-mouth promotion.
Word-of-mouth advertising is the best. You have authenticity when a customer is telling somebody else how great your place is and what's great about it and what they should get and when they should go to avoid the line. It's just it's totally real that way, and it's led to our success.
Considered separately, any one of Potbelly's marketing strategy elements may not seem overly powerful as a competitive weapon, but combined and implemented with zeal, they are a significant competitive threat to national, regional, and local competitors. Yet Potbelly has a tough road ahead. It requires management to maintain the superior performance of current units while creating new Potbelly units in new markets.
I think the biggest threat that we have is if we get too big, we start if we forget where we started. That's the way we'll become like everybody else. If we stay focused on having good people, building cool looking stores, and having great food, we'll be successful.